Have you forgotten that once we were brought here, we were robbed of our name? Robbed of our language.
beautifully broken down. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
What's up everybody and welcome to this ESEA Grand Final between Goliath Gaming and ATK. I couldn't be more excited to be bringing you guys this matchup. However, unfortunately we're going to have to wait a little bit longer, guys. Fady's internet just died, so that's a bit of a problem. Fortunately for him, he doesn't stay too far away from his captain, and IGL missed him, so he's going to be heading through to his place where he's going to be landing from. Apparently he's already packed up and on the way, so he's going to be arriving any minute. He's just going to have to set up then and jump in the server, so I reckon it's safe to say we're probably going to have about another 10-minute delay here, guys. I just wanted to let you all know before we wonder what's going on. Of course, the start time was 7 PM, but like I said, we will have a slight delay while we wait for Fady to get across to Mistum and get himself set up. So don't go anywhere, and I will certainly be going live just before the game starts. So hang around, guys, and we'll see you soon. What's up, guys? Welcome back here to this ESEA Grand Final between ATK and Goliath Gaming. It's going to be an absolute fantastic matchup, and unfortunately we've been slightly delayed in bringing you guys the game, but it shouldn't be much longer before we live here with this final. So I thought maybe we could just cruise into things here, take it nice and easy. I'm joined by Extremes. How you doing, bro? Doesn't help if I speak to him while my Discord is muted. There you are. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm enjoying some retakes at the moment.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the game to get going, you know. Fun.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately it has taken us a bit longer. Fady having some internet issues, so he's decided to head across to Mistim's house. We won't tell the cops, guys. We'll keep this between us. Because, you know,
it's a business trip, right?
It is a business trip. This is all business. This is esports.
Indeed it is. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hard to talk while shooting at things, but I'll stop doing that. I'll stop. Okay, walking away from it, putting it down, focusing on this.
That's okay, Mike. We're still in the early stages. As long as you're not playing retakes while we're trying to cast the game, then I think I can let you off the hook. Connie says, Cam or Riots? Trev, you know you got to go to the OnlyFans link for that one, brother. Come on. You got to pay for the content. Pay for the good stuff. Alright, so Grand Final, Mike. ESEA Season 34. $1,500 for the team who comes first. $750 for the team who comes second. Everybody wants the bigger chunk of money. And the bragging rights. And not only that, but this has been the headline fixture of South African Counter-Strike in 2020 so far. Goliath Gaming started the year really well. They were at the top of the pops after winning Rage especially. And this new ATK team has just proved to be their kryptonite, winning nearly all of their matches that they've played recently, at least the official games that we've seen. So it seems like Goliath have been struggling to find the formula to get on top of this ATK team, but they got pretty close in their last game, which was the Predator Winter Slam Finals. That went the full distance, full 3 maps, where they lost out on Mirage 1610. So there's definitely potential here for Goliath. The one interesting thing that we need to talk about this game is that recently Mango moved across from Goliath Gaming to Energy Esports, where he joined up with his brother. And that means there's a vacancy now in the Goliath roster, which was filled by none other than our good friend Cannibalistic. Although he can't play tonight because of the roster lock. So we have Lighters who will be featuring in the Goliath Gaming team tonight.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask about that. I wasn't sure on that one. Obviously playing retakes instead of just staring at the players doing warm-ups. I didn't notice Lighters was, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably going to be the factor that might hold Goliath Gaming back a little bit. Of course, I mean, Lighters being a coach, he's got a ton of experience.
Yeah.
He's played at the highest level for a long time. He knows what he's on about, but individually isn't Mango. Mango is definitely one of the better players for Goliath. So, you know, missing that is going to be a little bit of a blow to them.
Yeah.
I don't know even necessarily whether it would help them, obviously, having Kenny if he was here, but, you know, with limited time to actually integrate into the team, you'd also think maybe that's a slight handicap to them. I think coming into this, they definitely, and this is unusual to say, but Goliath Gaming might actually be the underdogs. In fact, definitely are the underdogs, possibly, maybe, definitely, maybe.
Just get every superlative in there and then just cover all your bases and no one
I was covering all my bases, yeah. You can't accuse me of nothing. Man.
Exactly, bro. I love it. It's a good strategy, Mike. I'm going to start implementing it myself. So, like you said, Tools or Lighters, he's going to be fully familiar with all the protocols, all the strats and everything that Goliath Gaming employ in their matches. So there'll be that element of familiarity. But he hasn't played any competitive CS in a long time. So we're going to have to see if he's up to scratch. He still streams often and he plays Faceit games. So it's not like he hasn't been playing any CS. I think he still has the game. So I'm keen to see how that actually translates into tonight's match, where he's going up against the best in the country. I mean, he's been on the sidelines the whole time, right? Like watching his team lose to them. Now he's like, okay, boys, now I'm in the team. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Yeah, I'll show you the way. Me first. Let's see how it goes. I guess it's going to be really tough to call, you know, what Goliath might do here. I assume they're going to rely on guys like Idara and Massacre to frag out of their minds, ADM to do his usual thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, if Lighters can turn in a really good individual performance, then it's going to help them immeasurably. I mean, if you think back to when he was on the Big Five roster, you know, some of their best wins were off the back of Lighters going crazy. And that's not that long ago. We're talking like 12 months ago. So Maybe a little bit longer, actually.
Yeah,
I think it was 18 months ago.
Yeah, it's just sort of made time a very difficult thing to perceive. But yeah, I completely agree with you. It is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a challenge for sure, but it's not out of the realms of possibility by any stretch, especially because ATK are going through these troubles now with Fady, who's bouncing around from his house, potentially heading to Mistum's house now to set up. He's not going to have any time to warm up. He's going to be sitting at a desk that's going to be at a slightly different height to his desk at home and a different chair, so he's not going to have that time to get comfy before he settles into the game. So that always makes things a bit more difficult. However, it is the marathon, it's the best of 3, so time isn't of the essence. And they are starting on Goliath Gaming's map pick. Now, something interesting is it seems like these guys are trying to play like different maps. Dust 2 being picked up here by Goliath, ATK going with Train as well. So keen to see how that plays out. We have got Mirage as the decider, yeah, which is fairly standard for these two teams. Both of them are very comfortable on Mirage. The interesting thing I want to point out is that ATK actually vetoed Inferno as the first ban in the series, which is a bit of a statement, and I'm not too surprised. It's looked like it's been one of their weaker maps outside of Vertigo, which neither of these teams play. So that's why they were happy to float it, I think. So they just straight up banned Goliath's trump card, which is going to be a little bit frustrating for Goliath.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ADM knows his way around calling on that map. I mean, learnt at the school in the Church of Black Poison.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you'd want to avoid them. So good call out of them there to actually avoid that. I see in chat there was a question from Psych at Hayes. What mic do you have?
Yeah, I'm busy replying.
I don't think Hayes knows what mic you have.
I have a Rode mic. Is that any good?
It's a Rode NT USB. That's what it is. See, he doesn't even know.
Oh god. Well, it's solid. It's solid. That's what matters.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
most.
I've thrown it at a few people and it's still going,
It's still standing. That's what matters the most. Okay, so sort of the light we've painted this in is that ATK are the favorites coming into this match, but there certainly is a realm of possibility where Goliath take it the distance and maybe even find the upset. The one thing I do want to talk a bit more about, we were chatting about Lighters. He's generally been a leader in pretty much every team that he's been a part of, and just by his general personality and the type of person he is, he doesn't really like to sit back and be told what to do, because he's generally got a very good idea on how to approach each game and each situation. He's got such a good read on the game. So I'm quite keen to see how he works underneath ADM now.
Yeah, that is an interesting one, because that is a different dynamic, isn't it? It's like to what their normal relationship is.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah, I guess
now he's just a normal player, and that's just not a role I think Lighters has really found himself in much before.
No, that is quite unusual. Let's actually see how it shakes out. I mean, you were hoping for me to come in with something profound and insightful there, but I don't really have a lot on that one, because as you say, it's for Lighters, it's a bit of an unusual situation. I mean, like, if I think back, maybe when he was in Bravado, sort of circa 2015, maybe that was the case for him. But generally feels like he's had a more senior leadership role in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, anytime he has been playing. So
I think if you add the age of the other 4 players together in Goliath, that adds up to Lighters' age, right?
Ouch, don't do him like that, bro.
Yeah, no, just jokes aside, Lighters has been around the scene for a very long time, competing at the absolute top level. He's been overseas for Bravado and Energy, so under multiple different banners. In fact, he even went over as the coach with Goliath last year, so he's done his fair share of traveling abroad locally. He's been there, done that, seen it all as well. And the best news is that Fady has connected to the server, guys. So this podcast is going to actually start transitioning into a CS cast, because it seems like these guys are going to be going straight into the pistol round. Courtesy or props to Goliath for waiting. We know that, I'm sure they were keen to jump straight into this game as soon as they possibly could have. And here we go, Mike. No time to waste. It's the pistol round on Dust 2 Grand Final ESEA Season 34, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. And here we go without further ado.
Yes, into the pistol round we go. Dust 2, is it B-bomb site that will be the target? It does feel like it. Interested to see how SA teams play this with the reversal of the angles on the door. That could be real interesting when it comes to retake time. Meanwhile, they're posting up here, just waiting for some aggression. None is forthcoming. So in they go, right, Matt?
Yeah, it seems like it's just going to be the smoke into the doors, flashes over the top, but it's Fady who finds the first pick, and he's got Blazing supports as well. Goliath are running into the blender right now, and unfortunately they haven't been able to dismantle it, and in fact they're not even going to find a single frag. That's a hell of a statement coming through. And it's actually Fady who finds that first pick from lowers, and that just sends a massive amount of chaos into the setup for Goliath, because they're trying to execute into that B bomb site. They've just lost a player in the back line while they're trying to push. It's just too difficult to navigate. ATK, they draw first blood.
We always talk about Blaze as being one of the most solid B-side anchors. There again, showing what he's all about. Gets the double kill, makes it look easy as well. So
yeah,
ATK looking like a well-drilled unit, assuming they're in the drilling business.
Geez, some hardware going on there perhaps.
I don't even know where I'm going with that one. Just shout out to Josh in chat there, Mr. Nobody. How's it going, bro?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually keen to see how Dust 2 plays out here. I don't think ATK have played like a crap load of Dust, but they are familiar on the map. It's been one of their sort of middle ground maps. They're competent, but it's not their strongest. I know they've been trying a few different setups as well in recent times. Sinister 5 pushed them the distance in the Predator Winter Slam semi-final. That game ended in overtime, 19-16, and ATK actually had to make quite a comeback. So let's see how this one plays out. It is just the full eco from Goliath right now. Not even a single penny invested into, and they couldn't really afford to because nobody got any kills. So they need to all make sure that they remain above $2,000, and that's exactly what's happening. And I like that they're just playing things slow here. Not only are they just finding maybe some potential to get a pick or find a CT who's overextended, but they're also just draining the CT's util as the round goes on. ATK throw a smoke here and a flash there, and they have to rebuy that util when they head into the next round. So I think that's always an important point to consider. When you're saving on the T side, don't be afraid to just completely slow things down and let the CTs drain their util.
Yep, doesn't happen all that much there though. To missed him down on 4 HP, he would have felt a little bit silly if he died to the Glock, but doesn't matter. No harm, no foul. 2-0 here to ATK, the American side, according to ESEA.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, they might be one day, but I think that's slightly preemptive.
Yeah, it's getting ahead of themselves a little bit, but all good. We got Goliath here with the AKs. When you're talking about, saving down to 2,000, that always seems like a pretty obvious thing. I actually played with a Silver friend recently, a literal Silver, and he didn't understand that at all.
Oh, yeah?
Meanwhile, Fady, I think he doesn't really understand what happened to him there. Just ran through the smoke right into the spray from lighters. The old boy still got some kick there, man.
Yeah, and the problem is that he was the lone rifle, the lone M4 on ATK's side right now. So that's on the deck, and they're going to have to make do with the MP9s and the FAMASas. The one bonus that ATK have going for them right now is that Slowy's pushed all the way up towards T-spawn, so he has a wealth of information. And Goliath Gaming, they've just committed all 5 players to long here. And they're not going to take too long before they start making their way forward, because they know that information could be found elsewhere on the map, and they start making their way forward. It's actually going to be a vacant A bomb site. All ATK can do is try and do some chip damage on the cross, but they've completely relinquished control, and Slowy's charging forward. Yeah, he's been heard by Massacre, and that is an easy kill.
Easy does it indeed, and that's actually a pretty tough retake here on A. And I think they need to probably deliver a kill very quickly here, or maybe bug out. And they do actually deliver the kill. Here's another one coming in from Mistem. Suddenly things changing around. A 3v2, there's some low HP here. And Massacre is going to be the man to try and deny this defuse attempt. Spraying down. Can he get a second one, Matt?
Oh, he nearly overstays his welcome there with the engagement. He eventually able to get out alive. There's still a smoke and a flasher remaining on the T side to try and get them into the site, but it's not actually planted for short. Missed him on point to try and cover his teammate as the defuse comes through, and he's going to lose his life, but he's kept Blaze alive long enough to get the defuse. And that is going to be a little bit frustrating for Goliath. I was intrigued by the decision of Adaro to plant there. I think he was just avoiding any CTs jumping up from the ramp and denying the plant. But that means he wasn't able to really plant in a favorable position for his teammates either.
Yeah, that actually felt like a lot of mistakes were made on both sides there in that retake retake attempt, I guess. And yeah, could have gone badly both ways. Missed him there, missing a couple of crucial shots while he was actually looking after his teammate on the defuse. Could have gone badly if one of those shots from GG had landed. So plant was a problem, and the post plant was a little bit of a problem there for ATK, but they got it done.
Like I said, though, it's got to be a bit of a bitter pill to swallow for Goliath, considering they were in such a strong position there. They had all the positional control, and they had the numbers, they had the bomb plant, but they weren't able to convert the round against MP9s and FAMASs. So they're going to have to just put that behind them here on the T side, as they've been able to invest into a bit of a half buy, upgraded pistols. They've got util as well, a bunch of flashes. So I'm interested to see where they decide to use those flashes. They could throw a fake if they would like. Neat little smoke to ensure that they can jump up on the Xbox unscathed.
I'm going to try that one and fluff it badly, basically. I want to give it a go.
It's pretty difficult to miss, Mike. I'm not going to lie. I think even you could land that one.
Have you seen me miss? I think you have. So.
Well, Goliath have actually been able to get four players stacked up on short here, but ATK, they're not too concerned. They've got 2 players at long, and I like this decision from them to maintain this control. They don't mind giving up short and allowing the T's to progress, because it's really challenging for the T's to actually secure the plant regardless, and Slowy's already done a bunch of damage to these guys as they drop down. Lighters was heard though, and he gets sprayed through the smoke. So in the end, it is just going to be a firing range. T's all over the ground. I don't even think Goliath are going to find a kill here. Great start. ATK, they go up 4-0.
Goliath are coming across a little hesitant on the way they're approaching these sites, don't you think? They seem to give up quite a lot of information and sort of pull up the handbrake and chill for a bit, and that just allows the defense plenty of time to actually set, especially when you don't have utility. You actually need to, as soon as they know where you are, you either have to use the space you got or get out of there. So maybe again, just a little bit disjointed because of the change to the roster, the fact that the coach is playing. Don't know, we'll see. I mean, early days. It's 4-0. We've still got plenty of the 999 rounds left, so you know, you guys are going to be here for a while. So we.
This is a marathon, guys. This is the long. We're trying a new format tonight. You know, like you get the 24-hour. What is it, like the Le Mans?
Yeah, the more 24-hour. Yeah.
Here we go. Le Mans CS game, 24-hour, 1-for-1 trade towards short. Doru was in a bit of no man's land there. Normally we'll see a CT have some sort of support, whether it's just util or a second person holding the angle. When you're by yourself, you're very prone to a flash coming through and completely being blinded and taking down, or even just the double peak. So he gets one, but Goliath will be okay with that trade. Awesome to see.
Help them out.
Awesome to see everybody here this evening, guys, supporting local CS. This is the final of the ESEA Season 34, so it's great for you guys to be here, and I think it's going to be a banger of a series, so make sure you stick around for the evening. This is just the first map of potentially 3. Next we go to Train, which is ATK's pick, and then it's Mirage for the decider, as Goliath commence their execute towards long, a late long control coming through, but the top flash and support means that Blaze is actually able to find 2 kills. That is huge.
I thought Blaze was done for them,
He should have been. 2v2 now, and Goliath Gaming, they're going to have to get their running shoes on as the clock is against them right now.
Is he going to do it, Matt? Is he going to do it?
Does he just go straight through? He does. And ADM, his ex-teammate, reads him like a book. And now it's left on Fady to try clutch, and he's got the AWP, looking for the jump shot, not able to connect, and he's not aware of where ADM's actually gone. He actually lands the leg shot there. Yeah, that was impressive. And unfortunately for him, he decides to continue to hold the angle, but that just allows for Adaro to get the kill. And Goliath Gaming, they get themselves on the board here.
Yeah, hopefully that gives them a little bit of the shot in the arm they need to get them going, get them building up some rounds. Yeah, of course, on this map, you tend to see the CT side on the losing end of the half rather than where they're at the moment. So Goliath still got time in the half, so no need to panic just yet, but they need to build on that.
Look at this from Fady. Are you watching Fady's perspective right now? Like, he's just got the biggest balls. Not at all afraid to duck through, and I don't even think he was spotted by ADM here. But surely Goliath are aware that this is just a play that Fady makes so frequently. The flash comes through, but he's not able to get the kill. Fady resets by dropping a smoke, but he just sticks his body out there as he tries to get the angle. So 1-for-1 trade is the result. You just always have to be aware of that. This ATK side loves being proactive on their defense. On the CT side,
angle from this one.
Again, just like I say, on the CT side, they're always making moves. And you can never take anything for granted on the T side. No map control is for free, and if you leave any area unaccounted for, you need to completely be aware of the prospect that somebody may have lurked in there. So a cheeky frag from Mistum. He's able to drop back onto the bomb site, and that's the man advantage now. 48 seconds left on the clock. What do Goliath do?
Well, retrieve the bomb for a start. It seems Massacre running back for it there. They're quite spread out at the moment, and I think what they probably need to do here is try and link up because the bomb is pretty vulnerable. They obviously don't know that there's nobody close by, but
Yeah.
that's the ever-present danger when you're lacking numbers and lacking map control. You could lose that and lose the round. And time is of the essence here. 22 seconds to go. Lighters has got up close here. If you can maybe find an opening, find them a little bit of space. Let's see, 15 seconds, man. I'm getting nervous for them now.
Yeah, and all the info's there as well for ATK. They've got a player playing behind the get right box as well. Doru's ready to try and deny this plant and flag plays. He's just making his way slowly forward. He's going to land the headshot and he gets the dink onto Massacre. Again, he gets so much done before he gets taken down. And it's on ADM now with the AWP in long. He's fully committed to the angle right now, as he should be, but he's left in the 1 versus 3. Clutch is going to connect on the first shot. He's able to regather himself. He nearly scopes in again, but he gets taken down. Nice trade frag coming through from Doru, and ATK gets straight back to winning ways after losing the round before that.
5-1, yeah, now on the scoreboard. Easy does it for ATK, more or less. I mean, a couple rounds have come down to low numbers for ATK, but so far not really much of a challenge aside from that one round. Missed him on 10 kills at the moment. He's having fun, as
Gotten off
usual.
to a great start, yeah. How's Fady doing? 5 for 3, not bad, middle of the road. Like I was alluding to before the game started, he might actually have some struggles because he's had so much turmoil before this game starts with his internet and relocating. So the fact that he's sailing smoothly is good to see. So Goliath Gaming, they're certainly not going to be too stressed at this point. 5-1 is fully salvageable, but it is at that point where the game can start to get away from you, and the double AWP setup is now being employed by ATK. Slowy and Fady.
Getting a masterclass on this nade placement. I mean, it just seems like GoTV wants to look at it. Did you see it?
I missed it that time. I was actually on Slowy because he's normally the man to follow when he's got the AWP in his hands. So I was preempting some sort of aggression from him.
And instead you missed a glorious third nade to the hinge of the door.
Well, there we go. As I said, Slowy finds that opening frag in the round and he's able to back off immediately. Fady, he also takes an angle towards middle, and this is what I'm talking about. ATK, they're not in the game to just sit back and wait for you. They're going to respect you, but only so much. And again, Fady re-aggressing here, and he's going to find the kill on ADM.
And the bomb.
And the bomb. And there's 50 seconds left here, and it doesn't really look like Goliath have anything to show for it. It seems like they're going to have to just go for that simple short push. Unless Lighter can find something here towards middle. He finds the swing, but he's not going to be expecting Doru to be playing behind the doors.
Oh,
Nice shot
that was
from
a pretty
Adaro,
nice one.
yeah. Slowly caught in no man's land. So that's opened up a path onto this A bomb site right now, and the bomb is following suit. ATK are rotating accordingly, but there should be at least a post plant at the bare minimum for Goliath.
Yeah, Dana goes planting for short, but there's actually 2 players coming from short, so they need to actually fight back here.
Yeah.
Take back that real estate, and of course Blaze posted out towards long. He's going to be calling this to his team. There goes the flash, of course the open skybox, so giving them some options. Yeah, through the smoke he goes, but somehow Doru, he must have been half blinded there.
Yeah, he must have had some sort of vision impairment. He came out and he had such a big advantage. Both of those CTs were blind, but he wasn't able to get the kills, Mike. That's so unfortunate. And it looks all too easy for ATK as they mop up on the retake. 6-1 here. Oh, jeez, that's unfortunate. ATK, or rather Goliath, are going to have enough money to buy up here once again. But this is their map pick, lest we forget.
You'll keep reminding us, don't worry guys. If you forget, Matt'll let you know.
Somewhere along the broadcast, it'll come up again. It's important, Mike. People need the information. Let's get a quick look at the scoreboard here. Missed him topping the chart by quite a distance, 10 for 3 on the opposite side. No one really going above and beyond right now. All trying to find their footing on the server, and it seems like it's going to be the exec into this B bomb site nice and fast. The damage comes through from the grenade, and Fady is there to support as well. He lands the AWP shot. And Massacre's run out of bullets with the Tech 9. How often do you see that happen? However, he still is able to get seconds. And now ATK, they just need to put the brakes on things. They've done the damage. Even though the plant's coming through, it's not the end of the world. There's a late lurk coming through from middle. That's Zip. He may be able to catch somebody off guard here. Although because ATK have so many players left alive, Blaze is fully committed to that possibility right now. And the setup begins for them to retake this bomb site. A kill coming through from Lighters, but that's all it's going to be as Blaze picks up a double. And I love how ATK were just completely always aware of the possibility there could be a T lurking through middle. Never once did it leave their minds, and because they had such a big numbers advantage, they could always commit one person to watching the angle. So it's good patience and awareness from them.
Yeah, beautifully coordinated is what we're seeing from ATK. Yeah, everything they do very deliberate. A lot of teamwork going on. Very good communication. They're using their nades effectively. Pretty complete performance so far. Of course, I mean, Goliath are sort of playing with a little bit of a limp at the moment, but still plenty of kick in them in one good leg.
Fady, he's picking up the second AWP here in middle, and he's putting it on display, Mike. I mean, we've never really taken Fady to be much of an AWP. A nice little sequence there from Massacre as he mollies out Doru and takes him down. Fady! What a shot there through the smoke. I think he caught a split second of Lights' body, but he had to make a bit of a preemptive decision there. And he gets Massacre just moving around the map fluidly at the moment, making great decisions and finding easy frags with no trade potential, Mike.
Yeah, that also does seem to be a feature of what we've been seeing so far as Goliath players sort of going for and up fights and, you know, sort of playing into the hands of that double AWP.
Yeah.
It's been interesting to see Fady pulling out the AWP in the last few weeks. I mean, not known for it in a past life, but this is now, and now it's working really well, man.
Seems like it's going to be some aggression towards Long from the T side. Trades coming through, actually favoring them as well. And Slowy's been left in no man's land here towards Card. This can be a very awkward angle to work from, and that's why he's immediately going to reposition himself. I love that Goliath just commit to that with all 5 players. All of them throwing flashes over the top, just throwing bodies at the situation. It's actually one of the things that yielded them some success earlier on in the half. So again, they're able to find some positional control. And look at what happens as a result. Slowy begins creeping his way forward here, looking for some information towards middle, looking for some information towards lower dark.
Well, that's a reprieve for Fady. He probably deserved to lose his head there on that one. Now he's still in a position here to maybe sting. He's sticking around.
Yeah. And he's actually been spotted out there as well. He's all by himself. I don't know how he gets anything done here. He's trying to back off towards short where Slowy is. Both of the orbs stuck on top of each other. It's going to be a bit of a battle now between the two of them to see who can do the most damage. And they're both locking down complementary angles though. Oh! Fady just takes down Adara through the box and he lands the shot onto Zip Zip as well. It's like he's got an AK in his hands. The railgun accuracy, ADM, responsive 2 of his own though, and brings Calm back to the situation. Gets a good amount of damage down into Slowy. The captain and IGL looking to secure the 1 versus 3. And Slowy wants to consider this and potentially take it from a different angle altogether. He's dropped down into CT and he's committed to the zoom. He knows if he zooms in when he's too close, ADM will get the audio cue. But ADM is getting the information regardless. He's repositioned towards get right box. And I don't know if Slowy considered this one. He's got the kit and he's got the molly to work with, but I'm concerned that Slowy's going to think ADM's gone short, so he's going to use the molly towards there. Surely there's no way that Slowy makes us read right now. And now he's going to realize there's just not enough time for him to find the defuse. ADM plays it calmly, probably got a little bit close there, but he completes the 1 versus 3 clutch. And he drags his team by the collar to another round win.
Jeez, ADM is known for his clutch as well, so thankfully what he's known for, it comes through. It comes through for them, and they needed that badly. It's 8-2, already half win here for ATK, and considering what Fady was doing in that round, you'd almost have said that round was theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been considering the Fady heroics. He gets 3 crazy kills with that AWP, but it's not enough, and now he's going to go down to ADM's AWP. So ADM just reminding him who the boss is with that weapon. It's just an eco here for ATK. They got a couple scouts though.
It was super exciting when he goes for that shot through the box, lands the headshot. Super cool. You know, obviously the player wasn't full HP at that time, but the second shot, that angle just there above ramp, so difficult to hit. It's a little bit easier for Mistim to hit than what Fady hit in that last round with the AWP, but geez, that was a sensational highlight in that last one.
Yeah, that's why I say it's like he has an AK, because that's sort of a shot you'd expect him to hit with the AK, right? But the fact that he nails it with the AWP, that's hella impressive. And now, Goliath are going to try and execute into this B bomb site. There are 2 players here. Mistim, he just swings out wide. He takes down 2 players for free. There's also rotations and responses coming through from ATK. Doru, he's already in the bomb site. Slowy's got the AK. It's just going to be the one tap for Doru to take down Lighters. And that's catastrophic for Goliath. I mean, oh geez, I can't imagine how frustrating that must be for them. They earn themselves an anti-eco, but they aren't able to capitalize on it, Mike. They even get the opening kill in the round. They don't expect ATK to be stacking on that B bomb site. They decide to try and abuse the fact that they have such superior weaponry, and it costs them everything.
Yeah, I think we just got to, at this point, nerf missed them, because, I mean, nerfing the Deagle isn't really going to help, is it?
Yeah, I mean, if we really want a blanket solution, it's going to have to be the former.
Yep, okay, so should we go with some sort of chemically induced inhibitor, you know, just stop him in his tracks? Talking about stopping in their tracks,
Wow.
Doru there, on the angle, just hosing them down with bullets. He eventually goes down, but nothing more going to come out.
Yeah.
Goliath Gaming, ATK just extending their lead. And what I'm seeing here, it's difference in communication between these two teams. ATK, it's on point. You can see that they're backing each other. They're coordinating their efforts. Goliath, they keep getting stung because of little lapses, you know, pushing into the bomb site, not considering the fast rotate in behind them. That's generally what you're going to find if you're stalled out there on your B-Tech. There's somebody coming through tunnels, and it's just, they had nobody.
Yeah, that's a very good point, Mike. Let's see, we're going to be seeing some more aggression coming through from Slowy, and even though ADM is posted up on the angle, Slowy is too quick with the AWP. So that's another opening kill going the way of ATK, and it kind of really throws a spanner into the works now for Goliath, because they were relying on ADM to be putting through the aggression from that part of the map. However, Lighters is able to get Doru, and that makes it very difficult for these B-site defenders now. It's Slowy and Fady, the two AWPers, to try and keep tabs, and it's going to be up close and personal confrontation. Though Slowy lands another one, Fady gets a pick of his own, and that is the round over. I thought that was going to get dicey, but in the end, the aces are in ATK's favor.
That change in angle of the door, you can see it's designed to make retaking the site a little bit easier. But look at the dynamic there, the way Slowy was playing it, where he's pretty sure that he's not heard anybody in towards tunnels. He's picked the guy towards tunnels. He's just using that door as a way of holding them off. Because of course the angle change there means it's way easier for him to actually open that angle. True. If it was the previous door, you only see them once they come through. So you miss the shot, you're pretty much done. So. Oh, that nade!
Wow.
Ouch!
Yeah, that must have done close to 200 damage in total, Mike. Huge value there. Bang for buck, I would say. Blaze tries to re-aggress off the back of the pop flash. Doru,
gonna go badly,
he's also going to look for it. This is a bit unnecessary from ATK. They didn't need to be taking these fights, considering it was an eco from Goliath. 2-for-2 trade and a couple rifles now in the hands of the T's. And they want to force the issue off the back of that, Mike. They want to try and capitalize on the situation and see if they can get their way onto the say bomb site. However,
don't jump,
they're just
ADM.
running into this unstoppable force and immovable object, which is Slowy and Fady on the double AWP setup. They have got 30 kills between the two of them so far in this half, Mike. That is impressive. Everybody is fragging for ATK right now. Numbers are looking pretty. You can't say the same for Goliath. They've got 3 players with 6 kills, and Zip is 3 for 14 right now. So it's just, they haven't really entered the server at all yet.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for them, unfortunately. I mean, if you're talking about even fragging, I guess it is fairly even across both teams. It's just evenly bad for Goliath at the moment. So, yeah, not many positives to take out. Yeah, they could maybe take this one away, catching him there. Oh, he needed the follow-up, though.
Oh, and Slowy, what are you doing, you madman? He re-peeks with his Desert Eagle out. He's gonna assume a safer angle as he drops back a little bit. So what do Goliath do from here? That's the question. They've tried so much, and they just haven't really been able to find much success. They've tried the really passive strategies where they spread out across the map and they try and work picks and then make the mid-round decisions to see where they're going to end up. They've tried the super aggressive strat off the bat, and it hasn't worked out. Looks like now that they've gotten themselves a bit of map control towards long, they're going to double back and send bodies up short. I really like this decision when you have the util. Although, as I say that, they re-aggress towards long. Hello, Slowy, he's reassumed the angle. You can't take anything for granted. I said it before, I'll say it again. Slowy's going to get across. Zip spotted him out, though. And he knows he can't re-peek that to throw the molly, because Slowy is there and Slowy is waiting, and it's actually a nice bit of team play there. Zip jumps across the angle, which gets Slowy's crosshair moved off, and that means ADM can get the kill for free. 3v3 as the dust settles. Lighters is going to catch Mr. who is looking to rotate. This is looking a little bit better for Goliath right now. Doru, he realizes he has to deal with the player in the back lines. Can Lights get any more work done? He does. Lands the headshot. Now it's just left on Fady for the clutch. Zips up, fully aware that he could push through the smoke. He's still able to get the kill.
No!
And he finds the planter. Does Fady just straight up commit to the defuse here? Seems like Lights is trying to go all the way through long, but he's not going to have an angle, Mike. And that is the round one. He should have thrown the nade sooner. And he's going to die. Just to add insult to injury. 13-2 first half scoreline here in favor of ATK. This is a phenomenal start. On Goliath's map pick.
Matt, I feel so bad for Lighters in that round. He was having a stellar round there, doing everything right on the lurk. Fantastic work from him, and then unfortunately his teammate just gets caught off there.
Yeah.
And just sort of sells. I don't know if they sold each other down the river, or it's kind of unintentional, of course, but such a difficult situation. I'm just putting myself in those shoes, and I know my teammates would be really mad with me. So. And it's again, you've just done everything right. You didn't deserve that happening to you.
I know. It's just such an unfortunate situation, and it's just when the rub of the green is not going your way in any stretch or any capacity. And I kind of feel like CT side Dust 2 is the last place where you can be saying, oh, it's okay, guys, it's the CT side, we can make the comeback. It's like when the team has momentum and they're going onto the T side of Dust 2, it's so difficult to stop them, Mike. So let's see, what can Goliath Gaming conjure up here? Can they make something of this map? Can they force ATK to exert a bit of stress, a bit of concentration, and a bit of effort to close out this game? Or is it just going to be a quick fire 16-2? Good start there for Zip as he finds the first pick in the round. He's got a bit more of a job to do here towards middle though. And ATK, they're not showing their hand just yet. They've got options available. The bomb is towards upper dark. They've got a player in long doors. They've got 2 players towards short. So really, the world is their oyster right now. They're trying to use the full extent of the timer.
It's not casting with Matt if he doesn't use the term, the world is their oyster.
it rears its head at least once a map, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
I'll come up with a few more. Is that a
new
euphemism?
catchphrases, guys.
Right.
Can we get some suggestions? Meanwhile, Lighters strongly suggests to Slow, don't come here.
Yeah,
Get up.
I mean, it was a bit of a pointless play. I guess Slowy was just trying to go for the late lurk and maybe take a bit of attention, but it's a high risk to be making. A bit of an unnecessary one considering the circumstances, and now they're going to execute. All 3 players pushing through middle, trying to chase down these B defenders. ADM has been able to get out alive, and Adaro finds the first frag, which then takes Blazer's attention. Fantastic teamwork from the CTs on that bomb site, and it's a flawless start to the second half for Goliath. They don't even lose a single player in their pistol round, but that's a mere consolation at this point because they still have a massive mountain to climb.
Yeah, a long way to go, but the ideal start at least. I mean, the old caster trope, we like to say, oh, they've got to win the pistol round and build from there. And I try to stay away from that one in this time, but they won the pistol round and they got to build from there. So we went there.
Massacre towards lowers. He's going to have quite a few players on his doorstep momentarily, and he's able to find 2 kills at least. The Glocks are doing some damage, and actually ADM is going to go down as well.
Oh.
Super aggressive here from Goliath Gaming, perhaps trying to make a bit of a statement, but it's cost them slightly. Fady's gotten all the way through CT, so this is probably not going to be on Goliath's first list to consider, although Adara just purely by timing is going to catch Fady off guard. So there we go. Even though they lose 2 players, they do get across the line in that anti-eco. But this is where we could see that damage coming into effect, right? If ATK can win this buy round, Goliath Gaming aren't going to have any money in the next round to buy up again. So we'll see if that comes back to bite Goliath.
The age-old difficulty of playing CT side, of course. Taking long control here, actually 3 players up towards long, and they're going to be taking the real estate away, but there actually isn't anyone really to fight with at this point.
Oh, Fady up close to the smoke here. He's got a nice angle, and if Zip does cross, that will be the end of him.
Mr. Meanwhile taking a leg shot through I think the edge of the door maybe there. Fady going for a pretty big fight here.
Yeah.
And he is going to win it against Zip. Unfortunately, Zip on that MP9 can work when you're up close like that, but you kind of need to be shooting first if you're up against an AK.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he felt really rushed there, it seemed. He could have actually just hid behind the door and forced Fady to make some sort of a move to get the kill, and maybe Lighters actually could have come through to support him in time. So I think he got a little bit aggressive, potentially unnecessarily there, but Not the end of the world just yet. 1-man advantage for ATK as they start to commit personnel up short. They've got 3 players and it seems like the bomb is following suit. And this is just going to be a plain simple short push onto the A bomb site from ATK, testing Goliath, seeing if they have what it takes to deal with it. And Massacre tries to get a bit of an angle there, but it ends up costing him his life. And this is the A bomb site now firmly in control of the T side, and Slowly wants to get some more information. He's actually going to be able to get across alive, and look at Blaze, he just swings up. He wants to take Fady wants a part of the action as well, and this is probably unnecessary aggression coming through from the T side after they find that bomb plant, and Slowy's going to get sandwiched in here by lighters, so all of a sudden the numbers are actually favoring the side who are retaking. Blaze up close and personal here on the ramp is going to find the spray, gets the frag, actually swings out the box, he gets a second, but it's going to have to be the 3-piece if his team's going to be winning the round. Adaro's so low here on the angle is going to actually go down to Blaze. Such a clutch player. He always seems so calm in those chaotic situations.
That was very aggressive from Blaze as well, the way he was playing that. I mean, most players are going to play behind the box there, try and use that to their advantage, avoid taking a headshot, but he was just kind of keeping out in the space. They're making it really difficult for his opposite number.
Yeah, absolutely was.
Ballsy, absolutely ballsy, but
so ballsy.
Could very easily have just got an insta headshot there.
Probably crossing the line of what would be considered ideal. Blaze again being called to the fore here. Goliath Gaming, they've gone for the force buy, so it's just 2 rifles and upgraded pistols, so they realize they have to make some sort of a play here if they're going to stand a chance. I feel like the CT side of Dust is one of the worst halves to go for the force buy. Now obviously, considering their situation, you totally get why they went for it, but it's such a difficult half to try and make work with the force buy because there's no obvious decision or no obvious play that you can make, and being aggressive on the CT side is actually pretty tough on this map if the T's have got control. And we're starting to see the results of that. Massacre at least able to salvage this M4, and he gets a bit of information. Might be able to catch Doru off guard here. In fact, he's not going to be able to. AK trumps M4.
Certainly does. Meanwhile, A bomb site up the ramp they go, taking all of that space away from Goliath Gaming. And it'll be retake time for them. Ooh. If only it was something other than it's easy at that range, Matt. I mean, that would have been Zip's kill all day long. Yeah,
it certainly would have. Now it's looking dire. ADM tapping away is going to go down as well. And now it's on the coach left in the 1 versus 4. He makes it a 1v3 situation. No kit on his back. So he'll go down. Missed him with a clean shot to find map point for his team. So what's up, everybody? It's great to see everyone here this evening supporting local Counter-Strike. Local is Lacquer, and this is the ESEA Season 34 Grand Final. $1,500 goes into the pocket of the team who wins this match, and $750 goes into the pocket of the team who loses. Guys, I'd like to just mention, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be much appreciated. We're trying to grow it as much as we can right now. Going to be streaming regularly coming up in the next couple of months as we've got, we'll see what we got available. Blaze, he's trying to make this a swift one as he finds the double kill. Nice flashbang from Mistum to enable him, and this is just going to be ATK waltzing their way onto the say bomb site. Slowly assumes his position. He knows his job is to cover the flank when they push onto the bomb site, so he repositions himself, and it's just looking all too easy for ATK as they complete the cleanup. 16-4. Was that 16-4, Mike? Am I remembering that correctly? Was that as much of a domination as I remember?
I don't pay attention when I cast, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, so you mean the rumors are true then, Mike? You do just speak out of your ass.
I do. I mean, that's why it sounds slightly muffled, but I mean, I've got a good microphone, so it sort of cancels that out a little bit, compensates. So something we will mention, Fady 21 kills, and I mean, he was AWPing a bunch of times there. He had some huge rounds, missed them looking great. In general, yeah, pretty complete performance from ATK, but I think they had a little bit easy here against GG, of course, playing with their coach. That's always going to be a bit of an impediment. So unfortunately for them, I mean, taking nothing away from Lighters, he's a great player and was a great player in his day, but he isn't the frontline player in the team right now. So
I mean, he had a couple kills, Mike. I think he had 13 frags towards the end of the game there. It's not like he was on the bottom of the scoreboard. So he was pulling his weight and he was doing what was required of him from a fragging perspective. Now, obviously, it goes a lot deeper than that because being a successful Counter-Strike player is a lot more than just being able to shoot heads. Anyway, 16-4 here on Goliath Gaming's map pick spells trouble as we head into the rest of this best of
What
3.
did you say the winning team gets again? Is it $1,500?
Yeah, 1,500 USD. And at the current
yeah,
exchange rate, that's quite a pretty penny, Mike.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it's like somebody in chat saying winning team gets 2,000. I don't think you know what the exchange rate is.
Yeah, it's like, I think it might be like 17 Rand, 16 Rand 50 to the dollar at the moment, around there. So
16.70 around there.
okay. So yeah, that is the first map done and dusted as
Ooh,
as ATK have gotten off to a great start here in this grand final. I mean, I know Lighters, and I know that he absolutely would have wanted to come into this game and be the difference and be a part of the team who was able to get one up on ATK. So he's certainly going to be coming even harder into that second game. Train is also a map that Goliath Gaming are familiar with. So guys, there is every possibility that we still have a fantastic series on our hands. Yeah, we may even go the distance to Mirage. But until we do jump into Train, we're going to take a short break here, listen to a bit of sick music, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Beautifully broken down, down, down. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey.
is the story of a man who is more machine than man, a man who is at odds with himself and others around him, the man, the machine, an attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish, but that dream will never live in reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to this ESEA Grand Final between Goliath Gaming and ATK. My humblest apologies, as I didn't realize these guys were going to be starting so soon. So we just missed the pistol round, but we are back to make sure we catch the rest of this game. Mike, you with me, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like ATK are with us here on B-bomb side as well. In they go, looking to challenge those scouts, and ADM there doesn't manage to get a shot off. couple of trades coming in, but the bomb will go down pretty cleanly. And ATK, of course, took that pistol round as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they got that pistol round, and they've got full control right now in the second round as they find that plant on the B bomb side, and they've all gotten into favorable post-plant positions already. Goliath Gaming realized that they pretty much have no chance to make the retake happen, so they decide to save their weapons, and Lighters, who lingers around for a little bit longer, ends up losing his life. At least Massacre will be able to trade it, but the point is he won't have no armor or CZ in the next round. So, like I said, apologies we missed the pistol, but here we are, guys. Into the second map we go. Goliath Gaming came off of a hell of a beating on the first map. They lost 16-4 on Dust 2. And that brought us here to Train, which is actually ATK's pick. So, this is going to be a challenging one for them, Mike.
Absolutely going to be. And of course, as we were mentioning, Light is the coach playing, so that does mean the team hasn't got their normal complement of players. Of course, they wouldn't have had the normal complement of players anyway, because Kenny's the new addition to the team in place. So Mango just can't play here because of roster lock rules.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Coach Lighters is in. Highly experienced player, of course, but not a frontline player recently. Talking about frontline players recently, though, Mr. Monodora, that's a pretty oft-happening thing that we've been seeing for a while.
Yeah, that is true, Mike. Missed him just opening up a can of whoop-ass on the A-bomb side. Of course, it is just against the pistols, but still clean shots with the Galil. I'm really interested to see how ATK approach this here. This was their map pick. So I'm keen to see what sort of a T side we're going to be seeing coming out of them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a hyper-aggressive one until Goliath Gaming were able to shut them down. Very often, that's the sort of tactic we see employed by the T side on this map. Sort of Cloud9-esque. Always a big fan of watching Cloud9 on the T side of this map.
I think Cloud9 in general, fantastic T sides. Their issue is CT side. They just lack a little bit in the fragging department to be able to sort of stand up against the best teams there. But the structure that comes from JT and TC's work, very good for what they're able to do on T side. Meanwhile, some of their proteges, an ex-protege in fact, for AD, in he goes. All the CTs, it's working out for them all of a sudden, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say a quick flurry of frags, but it's ADM who's actually able to draw things back here for his team. He goes for a third kill, but he's eventually forced out by the molly. However, there is still some positional control for Goliath Gaming as Lighters is going to push ahead of the molly and the flashbang comes through. That's perfect teamwork, and that leaves Mistim in the 1 versus 3 clutch, although they're not at all aware of where he is right now. And he's going to back off into ADM, who actually misses the shot, and Mistim's able to reposition himself here. But he can't land the instant headshots. Even if he had, it wouldn't have been enough. Although, actually, Adaro didn't have head armor. So, that could have gotten dicey.
Could have indeed, but it doesn't. Goliath Gaming there with an early round. Thankfully, getting one on the board a little bit sooner than what we saw over on Dust 2. And a lot of it thanks to ADM's work. ATK trying to get this done quickly. But that could get them bitten here, because it is on a map that's pretty heavily CT favored. Probably the most heavily CT favored map in the map all at the moment.
Yeah. Sort of
weirdly even more than Nuke.
Yeah, I was going to say Nuke is like the other big one up for debate to add into that conversation, but I completely agree with you. It certainly is in that realm. Full buy round here once again for both of these teams. No AWPs on the table, and whoever wins this gains a hold on the economic battle as well. So there's a lot at stake here in this round right now. Big nade coming through there. Going to do surmountable damage to Fady and Slowy, and actually I think Lighter's spotted Fady out there, so he knows there's a boost.
His teammates were specking him. They would have shouted, you saw him, but of course everyone was alive at the time. Adara getting a bit too aggressive there, gets punished by Blaze.
Just by the way, that's like my worst line of information. You saw him, because it's just not constructive at all. Anyway, right now what is constructive is this push coming through from ATK. Look at how far Fady's been able to get as he starts creeping in towards CT and slowly realizes he can leave his teammate, but ADM just in time starts to consider the possibility. His spidey senses were tingling, and they were certainly on song. And off the back of that, he refocuses his attention towards the entrances of this B bomb sites, and at range with the AK, he's not afraid to take the fight. I wouldn't have advised that though. His teammates could rotate. They had a man advantage. Even though ATK got on the site, it's not the end of the world. And now it's a situation where they have to try and commit to the retake, but Doru, he's not waiting for any bomb plant before he starts to get aggressive, and slowly watching the flank here. He's got the bomb, so he's committed to this angle, and the timing's going to work out against him. He's had to forego the angle, which has allowed Massacre to get across. Not to his detriment just yet, however, he's still able to lock it down. He dodges the flash, but Massacre just straight up swings out and finds the kill. Now it's Blaze left in the 1v2. It is planted for him at the bare minimum, but this is not an easy clutch at all. Both of the CTs have got rifles and a smoke to work with. No kit, but plenty of time left on the clock here as they work their way around the bomb site, start to clear out all the angles, and Massacre with the AUG finds an easy kill.
Gets it done in the end. And that's always the case when the bomb is planted a little bit off default. As the CT's on the retake, you're going to be asking yourself, why is it planted there? Where is he? And, you know, the longer that the time ticks away without you actually spotting him, the more obvious it becomes as to where he's actually posted up. So, unfortunately for him there, with the amount of time that was left, that played right into the hands there of Goliath. And fantastic work, Massacre in particular there. Finding that kill with that MP9, I think, is really what made it possible for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he goes down there to Slowy, it zips up left in the 1v3. After he gets the first kill, they know where he is. Very challenging clutch. But Goliath Gaming get across the line. They string 2 rounds together here. They do economic damage to ATK, who don't have enough money to get a full buy-in this next round. So, good start here to train for GG. So if anyone's not too well versed in the history of these two teams, which is a short history but a very entertaining one, and with a lot of action actually. They've played against each other a bunch of times in like the past 4 or 5 months in a bunch of different competitions, and pretty much every single time it's been ATK who have been able to get the best of Goliath. There's been some very close occasions, and I think there's been an official or two where Goliath have got the upper hand, but generally it's ATK who have been winning this matchup, and I wonder if it's becoming a bit of a mental thing now that Goliath have to get over.
Potentially. I guess for me the big shame of it all is like this is one of the few matches between them that have actually really mattered. I mean, you'd also say the ASEA Winter Predator Slam as well, but there've been a bunch of finals in the in Corsi Cup, was it?
Yeah.
You know, they don't really mean anything. So, I mean, the guys have played each other a bunch of times when the teams were, you know, full strength, and it wasn't really in aid of anything here where it actually means something. There's money on the line. There's prestige. The game's probably on HLTV, I would imagine, as well. And we don't have the full lineups. That's kind of sad.
That's
just for
point.
GG's sake.
I wonder, yeah, the game is on HLTV. Unfortunately, we didn't have the stream there. I mean, I've reached out to them so many times through all the formal channels to get my stream added, but they don't add it.
I know how it goes. I know how it be. I didn't think of it. I should have actually mailed my guy there. Sorry, mate.
No,
I didn't think of it.
It actually didn't cross my mind either, but I have done it before, and there's actually formal channels where you need to like fill out the information so that they can add your stream or give you the capabilities to add your stream to the match page, and it just hasn't been activated for me, so it's a little bit disappointing. But
you know, my issue with that is like, because all the stuff for ESL, like if I try to add my stream to it, it only wants to add the ESL channel.
Well,
so.
mine goes even further. I only have the Nav TV Twitch channel that I can add, so we could make some really interesting looking match pages. I mean, should we wait for like the major final and then just throw on our 2 match pages? Or our Twitch streams. Anyway, that's actually something I want to talk about, guys. Do you prefer watching local streams in Twitch or YouTube, or on Twitch or YouTube rather? The one thing that I found is that YouTube you get guaranteed encoding, which is really nice, and you can just select the quality you want to watch at. I know a lot of South African viewers get marginalized because some Twitch streams are only set to 720 or even worse 1080, so that becomes a challenge. But do you guys think that's worth not streaming on Twitch altogether?
The cool kids will say Twitch. It's got to be Twitch. You need all the moats and things. But you know, honestly, in South Africa, I think it's unless you're Twitch affiliate, then it's really difficult for people to watch.
Yeah. That's kind of the trade-off. Anyway, we can get back into that discussion a bit later as the pause has ended. We get back into this game. Yeah, the grand final of ESEA Season 34. Who are going to be crowned the champions? Who's going to take home the first place prize pool of $1,500?
I think you need to mute your Discord there, mate.
mute my Discord. I think that's your Discord, Mike.
Is it really? Mine
That's-
is muted. What the
Mine
hell?
is muted.
I'm getting no messages right now. I'm hearing something from you. Anybody else hearing it?
Well, please let me know, guys, because I'm not hearing anything, so that would be even more concerning. Anyway.
I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm usually wrong, so good.
It's going to be the Tech Nines and a Desert Eagle for ATK to try and burst their way onto the ESEA bomb site. And actually, they've been able to find 2 quick kills, though Massacre does mop up the mess as he keeps his team in firm control of the round. As I say that, Mustum gets a quick fire kill there, so keeps things interesting. But it's just Slowy now left in the clutch, 1v2. And he's been spotted out. He doesn't know where he's being shot from, though. That silencer having a bit of an effect. So there's so much time left here for Slowy. What does he actually do? And Adara's going to swing out, and Slowy's not able to land the immediate headshot, which is what he needed if he was going to be successful in that duel. So that levels things up at 3-3.
Yeah, that got way closer than it really needed to as well. So I think Goliath a little bit lucky to scrape away with that one in the end. 3-all, as you say, and looking a lot more competitive. And I'm really glad for that one, Matt.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's exactly what we want when we watch these two teams play. We want to see an incredibly entertaining, competitive matchup, right? So when you see ATK versus Goliath, that's what you're going to think every single time. So let's see if that's what we're going to have here on Train as we get into another buy round. AWP in the hands of ADM.
Blaze, they're lucky with the timing that he wasn't standing where your B lurk is usually going to be standing to receive that nade.
Oh, no.
Betrayed there by the shadow.
Oh, jeez. Zip, did he like turn around for the flashbang for a second? I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, he
From
did.
the POV of Mustum. Anyway, Lighters now, he's going to get aggressive, and in fact, he's going to be able to catch the timing there. However, his teammate Massacre still goes down in the A bomb sites, and now it's become very difficult for Goliath Gaming to get any information as to what's going on outside here. There's only 2 players left. One of them is towards Ivy, and one of them is towards Old Bomb. Slowly making his way towards the bomb train, and Blaze hits Adaro with the smoke. So he now knows there is a CT committed to the ramp, and that's probably going to be enough
that's the
info
bomb.
for ATK commit to this A bomb site. That is the bomb, but it's also a really nice trade frag from Mistum.
I was just expecting Lighters to turn and burn him there, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Lined up for it, but doesn't get it. Unfortunately, missed him just a little too fast. Some good work in the round from Lighters, but team is still 1 player down here in the retake. And they need an instant kill here to get themselves back in. But this angle that Dora is holding, it is absolutely fiendish, and it reaps dividends there.
Yeah.
It reaps the rewards. ADM, I think he's got to get out of here.
Yeah, he needs to take this big green gun into the next round. His team doesn't have any money to buy up in the next. That quick kill may convince him to have a bit of a look. Oh, did he
He's
not
lucky he
spot him
didn't die there.
Yeah, he is lucky he didn't die there. And he realizes he's probably being chased as well. So at least he's doing some economic damage here. Blaze with the fancy moves, looking to try and... I like the thought there from Blaze. He knows that if he just wide swings Ivy, he probably goes down to the AWP, so he realizes he has to engineer something a little different, but that's a big round win for ATK, Mike. It resets Goliath's economy, and they're going to go for the force buy. This could be the point where the half starts to run away from them if they lose this round.
Yeah, thankfully on a map like this, you can make it work. You just got to make sure you position yourselves nicely, get nice and aggressive to close the distances, which are vast on this map. Slowy, yeah, he's taken flashes, but he's finally had his sight line clear, and he gets him through the smoke.
Yeah, Mistum finds a Massacre as well. Adaro, he's going to be next in the firing line. He receives the treatment, and this is flawless from ATK. Fantastic A execute from them, and it always looks so good when you watch a team who has a well-oiled A exec on this map, because it's so chaotic, but it's so clean because everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody knows what's required of them, which part of the outside yard they're supposed to be watching, particularly which util to throw and where is the obvious one. But it's more just about the coordinated aggression, which just makes for some fantastic viewing.
No, absolutely, and the speed there is the key to it as well. This is one of the few maps where you can actually go for a site rush against what might be a save or a force buy, just because you can actually get out of main. As long as there isn't a couple mollies stacked up there or a nade stack or something, you can get out of A main pretty quickly and take the fight with those pistols before they can get close.
Exactly.
So, one of the few, and it works. I mean, if that AWP was say sitting in connected there towards A main, maybe not, but it wasn't.
Yeah. And now it's just going to be USPs across the board for Goliath. And this is what I was talking about at the start of this map. If your A rush just trumps the defense every single time, there's no need to do anything else. It can actually be a very difficult strat to stop if you don't have the protocols in place to deal with it. So I'm interested to see how long ATK keep this up for. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them just do this again in the next round. I mean, one of my favorite matches to watch of all time was that Astralis versus Virtus Pro, when Astralis made that sick comeback on the T side and they just kept rushing the outside A bomb sites.
E-League Atlanta Grand Final, Fox
Yeah.
Theatre.
That was it. Was that like 2016?
I think it's 2017 actually.
2017? It was a while
It
ago.
was like a long time ago.
But
Actually.
it was a spectacle.
Oh yeah, it was. It was something fantastic. I mean, that one round where they called the rush into A when they were losing Astralis, and the rush actually works, and from there
Yeah.
they come back, win the game.
Yeah. And how's this? We have a round win and not even a single person goes down, Mike. That's a rare occurrence in Counter-Strike.
Doesn't happen much, but there it is. I guess for Goliath not really giving up any money to ATK, but ATK don't really need it at this point. They're pretty well stocked. For Goliath Gaming, on the other hand, they are tapped out. Not even an AWP available for them, so it's going to be pretty tough for them. 6-3. They are chasing the game. They're on the side of the map where they should by all rights be in the lead, but of course they are taking a bit of pain now.
And here Slowy goes once again. He's straight out of A main, leading the charge. He's got the spray through the smoke. He does a massive amount of damage onto Massacre. And it's actually the fake, Mike. It's the 1-2 switcheroo. Slowy taking their attention outside while his teammates all continue rushing towards that inner B bomb side where Adaro lies in wait. Slowy, he's going to go down eventually, but his job has been done. He's bought the attention long enough for his teammates to push forward. ADM,
What?
He's going to burn to a crisp. I think he thought he was actually out of the fire, but it expanded, and that led to his demise. And Doru's on a fiendish angle right now. Going to be
Yeah,
very
that is
tough for
evil.
Massacre. I don't know how Goliath get into this one. They may have to just call for the save off the bat here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Even though it's a 3v3, the B bomb site, pretty much in all of Counter-Strike, notoriously difficult to retake, and we see it here being played out once again.
If one of those players had a kit on them, they probably do go for it, but since they don't, and they got the HP disadvantage, no way to get back into that bomb site, unfortunately. You know, it was a 4v3 actually for a time there, but yeah, I think ADM they're burning. That probably put the brakes on their plans for that retake.
Yeah. I love the strat from ATK as well to just fake that full A exec, sending Slowy straight out off the bat as well. And he does a great job of staying alive for an extra 5 or 6 seconds, which just keeps the CTs on that A bomb side and allows his teammates to get so far forward before they rotate off of A. So it's great, and it looks like they may be trying something similar here once again. A huge amount of util raining into that A bomb side. In fact, they don't have anybody committing this time either. And they're not being subtle in their approach, Mike. They're making a lot of noise in the upper brown halls right now. And it seems like they're just going to burst. They're just keeping it so simple right now. Charging out Adaro.
Beautifully coordinated.
Yeah, take the attention towards A ramp and then you push out of heaven. And they're able
I
to
say
find
that
the player
and then
for
they
free.
throw 3 mollies.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. But look at that, Mike. They've already won the round. Goliath are calling for the save. 1 kill, a bomb plant, round, set and done. And it's not even a guarantee they're going to be able to save these weapons. Fady, he's worked his way into Pop Dog, so he's not too far. Could be chasing them down here. Oh, this is difficult right now. Goliath Gaming are finding it challenging to shut down this early round aggression coming through from ATK.
Yeah, the teamwork there was just fantastic. The flash pinpoint, both players bursting from top and bottom at the exact same moment. The defender there, just absolutely no chance.
Yeah.
No chance at all. So that was beautiful. And then, of course, they all threw mollies at Connector, which kind of undid what we were saying. But no harm done.
Yeah,
all good.
they'd won the round at that point.
Extra strength.
It was
3
just
of them.
for effect. There we go. Just triple the damage. That's what they'll tell us their plan was, Mike.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so
Shame. It is a shame how Goliath are getting pummeled at the moment in a grand final. You'd really hope that they'd be able to put up a bit more of a fight, but ATK just too good at the moment, Matt.
yeah, I'm really keen to see how Goliath with Kani are going to progress and how different these matchups are going to be. But hold the phone because it's straight up aggression from ATK as they just work their way straight into this A bomb site. It's Blaze to lead the charge along with Slowy,
Oh.
and they're just annihilating Goliath Gaming in every facet right now. There's still control and sustainability to their executes, to these pushes. everybody's aware of what's required of them in the moment. So even though it looks like they're just rushing a bomb site, it's incredibly well coordinated, and it's based off of so much practice in their scrims, in their practice servers, running over everything, and then engaging challenges and going back to the drawing board and say, okay, every time we do the strat, this is what lets us down. How do we work around this until eventually you perfect the strategy, in inverted commas?
Yeah, they've clearly been doing a lot of work here, and it's really showing on the server at the moment. That comment there from Fused SF, scare tactics, that does seem to be pretty appropriate. It's shock and awe at the moment, the way they're approaching the game. A little slower this round. Actually, we're going to see the trades, and somehow Adara actually doesn't go down, but he's pretty low.
Not far from the grave, slowly finding the timing as he just walks out of A main. It just seems like ATK can't put a foot wrong right now. This game is raced to 9-3, Mike. I remember when it was 3-2 in favor of Goliath, and it's just, how did we get here? Where have I been? I feel like I'm one of those people who's just like woke up and there's a dead body in my house and I don't know what's going on.
Jeez, are you speaking from experience? Where's this coming from?
Freudian slip, what?
Yeah, sweet executes indeed there, Bernard. This is going pretty quickly for ATK, holding W and getting it done. But it's not just about running off the spawn. Everybody's doing their job, doing exactly what they have to do.
Yeah.
Timing is pinpoint as well for the smokes landing, the flashes. It's looking beautifully well oiled for ATK.
Yeah, it really is, and it's awesome to watch as well. Anyway, guys,
Double up.
keep your eyes peeled on that double AWP setup, because this could be exactly what Goliath needed to try and put a stop to this aggression coming through from ATK. ADM wields one, Adara wields the other. And it is going to be the opening kill coming through there for Zip Zip, who was quiet on the previous map. So, a rare opening frag for Goliath Gaming. Can they convert that? They have to capitalize. They're already so far gone here on the CT side. And they've committed to the 4-1 here once again, Mike. It's just Adaro in the B bomb side. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this, but the quick rotate will come through from ADM regardless. But now the problem is that it's both AWPers who are in this B bomb side. Doru has spotted ADM, who's trying to get above the smoke. That's an easy frag, although he will be traded. Good awareness from Adaro.
Oh, Mistim's managed to get you on Connector unspotted as well. Gets an easy kill. And this is going to keep them here towards Connector. Lighter steps him and actually gets him there while running. So bit of luck coming in there. 2v2 all of a sudden, man.
Yeah, such an important kill coming through from Lighters. Slowly, though, does keep the numbers even. And Blaze goes whoa.
Oh, my word. I thought that was a spray transfer. You thought so too, didn't you?
Everybody watching thought that was the spray transfer of the century as well. I'm glad you saw it from my perspective, so you didn't think I was going crazy. Blaze looked like he made the nutty play, but in the end, it's an easy 1-2 for ATK. I mean, again, that round, Mike, they lost the first player in the round, and it still wasn't enough to stop them. This is looking dire, 11-3, and it's a force buy for Goliath. Slowly, he wants to get aggressive, and he's got free passage there as he takes down Zip Zip, and he can just continue to assume the angle. The flashbang is a split second too late. That means Massacre goes down with ease. ADM and Light is able to have a bit of a rebuttal at least. And Adara is going to try and get aggressive here with the MP9. He realizes that time is against him, so he drops down. And he gets a kill. So 2 versus 2 as the dust settles. It's been a fast-paced round so far. Oh, Blaze decides to let go of the plant. He realizes that ADM could be getting aggressive, and that is great teamwork from Mistim. Allows Blaze to focus towards Pop Dog while Mistim covers his teammate, and they don't even need to find the bomb plant in the end. They secure the 12-3 halftime scoreline, and ATK are looking phenomenal in this ESEA Grand Final.
That they are. It's looking like they might take this one out of canter. It certainly was the case on the first map, and at 12-3,
yeah,
the mountain is looking rather tall, rather slippery, and probably covered in snow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. So before I run out of chances, guys, please follow me here on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Let's try and build this up as much as we can, and follow me on social media, on Twitter @HazeCastings. Make me feel better about myself by having more followers. That's it, right? Affirmation, humans, psychology,
public affirmation, or people fighting with you. One of the I tend to pick the latter, but you know.
Do you pick it, or is it just the life that picked you, Mike?
It seems like it.
Well, let's see if Goliath Gaming can find a life in which they continue to fight here in this grand final. It looks like it's going to be a bit of an execute towards the say bomb side. A lot of util raining in, smokes and flashes. It's simple, but it's effective, and they've gotten a lot of control here. So far forward are these T players. In fact, they haven't been able to find any resistance. ATK, they're stacked up towards B. It's just Slowy who's remaining here, and he's dancing around the smoke. He's able to get one, and there's still no plant. Finally, it comes through. My word. He nearly finds the timing on that tap through the smoke. Let's see if Goliath Gaming are able to lock this one down here in the post-plant situation. Adaro finds his first, but he's going to have to do a lot more than that, especially since his teammates are dropping like flies. The bomb's not even planted for him. He's been able to get two, but that's all it's going to be as he finds a bullet in the brain. 13-3 ATK. It's just, even though they're stacked on the B-bomb site, they all know exactly what to do if Goliath rush A. Everybody knows what the protocol is for the retake, what position they're supposed to get themselves into, and who's going to be taking first contact. It's looking great.
Yeah, they're a fantastically well-drilled side. Our ATK the coach is doing some phenomenal work with them as well.
Yeah.
And you know, the guys do seem to give a lot of credit towards Spray XD. He's doing a fantastic job, clearly, with the way things are going. Unfortunately, I think for Goliath, their coach also does a fantastic job, but unfortunately on the server right now, struggling a little bit. And it's not his fault, man. So you know, nobody should disparage them for that at all.
Yeah.
Of course, they're just in a little bit of a difficult situation because they can't field their proper roster because of roster lock rules, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a transitional phase. It's going to happen from time to time, and you have to learn how to deal with that as a team. And right now, Goliath have actually been able to walk their way into this B bomb site undetected, though they don't realize that there's going to be two players on this bomb site. Blaze, with the support from his teammate, he's enabled here. He's found the first kill, and he could find the second. In fact, he's done enough to potentially just scare the T away altogether, although it's actually Adaro who's looking to play mind games, and now he's inflicted a bullet in the brain and missed him. Well, he was having a shower, he got interrupted, and he figured I might as well just put a bullet in his brain.
A likely story, Mash, but it seemed to have played out. They're ATK now, 14-3, 20 kills on Fady, 15 on Mistim, 12 on Slowy, and if you consider Slowy dropped off the server as well and had his kills erased, I think he's on a little bit more there, so...
Yeah. He's been having more of an impact than the scoreboard suggests, and Goliath Gaming, just nothing going their way right now. It's going to be another save.
There was a moment in time in that previous round where Goliath could have won it. I mean, they went for the force, they had the AKs. It was very possible there. It's just Adara not able to convert the kill. I think it was on Blaze in the B bomb site, wasting his time a bit. That allowed his teammates to come in and help him out, and from there,
yeah,
just went badly.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's we've been saying that quite a lot tonight. It just went badly. Like, they've gotten themselves into some decent positions, and unfortunately, they haven't had all the luck in the world. But you create your own luck, as Gary Player said. The harder I work, the more lucky I seem to become.
True, that's a very good quote, actually. And of course, most of the people watching don't know who Gary Player is. So.
Well, he's a South African golf player, guys. You know, come on, gotta know our local athletes at least. Goliath Gaming trying to get their way athletically into this A bomb site, but they're being met by a hail of bullets, and the trades aren't really there. Fady, he's just it's like he's at a firing range right now. Dare I say, it's looking easy, Mike.
Very much so. It was very much also the case on the first map. 15-3 ATK on the cusp of taking this one. I think I've casted. I'm trying to remember how many ESEA finals I'm on. I don't know. Like
yeah, I mean,
8,
this
9,
must be like, yeah, I was going to say you must be approaching a dozen, because there's 3 a year, right? And it goes back to 2015, you were doing ESEA finals.
That wasn't
already.
my point, though, but my point was more, this is probably the most one-sided one I've seen. So
okay, fair enough.
You know, I wasn't going like, oh, check it out.
Look at me, boys.
Yeah, I've done all of these games.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. You could have rode that. Anyway, going for the high road. ATK, again, they lose the first player, rare occurrence, but it hasn't always resulted in a round loss, and in fact, they've been able to get across the line more often than not. Missed him in a very strong position right now. He's going to extinguish the fire to keep himself alive. He's lost his support structure in Fady. Blaze has rotated out of that B bomb site, so it's a 2 versus 2 right now in the yard. And there's a lot of time left on the clock here as well. So Goliath Gaming, they've got options at their disposal, but They don't really have any obvious choices to be made here. They don't have any positional control. They've got the bomb and they've got time. One flashbang, 2 players and a dream.
And of course, they're up against 2 rather clutch merchants, if you want to call it that. Mr. and Blaze, guys who know about getting their team out of tough spots, and in a 2v2, it's hardly a clutch, is it?
Yeah. Clutch situation.
Depending on how it goes, of
So,
course, if you get split
yeah.
across bomb sites.
I like the way that ATK are approaching this right now. They're just being incredibly passive, saying, we're going to sit back and wait for you guys to make some sort of move. Blaze could get caught up by the timing here. Missed him coming around the corner, or rather Massacre coming around the corner, and actually they're going to be able to take Blaze down without a single player being lost. Now it's on Mr. in the clutch, and he finds his counterpart, ADM. Now it's Massacre.
He's got full HP.
Left in the 1v1, and Massacre only has 12 health. There's a smoke here on Mr. as well, and he realizes that he can get a move on here. He's going to just straight up tap the bomb in the smoke, reposition himself, and he finds the frag for free. Congratulations to ATK. They are the Season 34 ESEA champions of the South African CSGO Open Division, guys. I try to hype that up as much as I could, but after a 16-3, 16-4, it doesn't seem like much of a grand final.
No, it's a bit of a shame in that sense, but ATK, they'll take the money, 25k in the bank.
Yeah.
Fantastic work from them, fantastic season. They only lost 1 game all season against Energy during the group stages. Other than that, pretty much unchallenged and
Yeah.
looking like the best team in SA. You rewind it maybe 9-10 months, Goliath was the best team in South
Yeah.
Africa. So, they sort of ended the year on top after a great year last year from Energy, and they look like the guys who are going to be in charge this year, but it's been ATK. This team's been put together. They've got that international experience. They've got an international coach, and they're looking fantastic. Fady is absolutely on fire, and he's always been a catalyst for his teams. If Fady's doing well, the team's doing well, and Fady's consistently done well for them. Everyone in the team's looking great. And you got to say, ATK, definitely the best team right now.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mike. I mean, I think the one thing we can't stress enough is how difficult or how much of a loss it was for Goliath Gaming when Detrony finally ended his tenure with them. Of course, he was just joining on loan, and he really made himself part of the furniture. He played with the team throughout most of 2019. So he had done so much for that team that I can't imagine how big the void was when he eventually left. Of course, ADM, a very competent AWPer and IGL in his own right, but probably a very different mentality to the one that Detrony was instilling. So already from that shift, they haven't looked as good as they did last year. No surprises, of course, and Mango never really seemed to settle in the team either. So I'm not too surprised to see that there is a roster change, and it's Mango who's making way. I'm not sure how similar the attitudes are of the players. He's a 16-year-old, very young player, doesn't really know his game all that well. Whereas somebody like Kani, who's actually coming into the team now, I feel like he's a much better fit for Goliath Gaming. He's got a similar attitude to the type of players there, similar mentality. He's incredibly driven, incredibly skilled, not going to be lacking the firepower in the wake of Mango leaving. And I think that it actually could be a better fit with Kani joining up with this team than Mango was.
Interesting take. I guess for me, I think right now, Mango is pretty clearly a better fragger than Kenny is, but I don't necessarily think GG ever lacked fragging power. So what you're saying, the balance is probably a little bit better now, because they do have a guy who's also great late round. Kenny can just swing games by winning insane clutches, doing crazy things.
Exactly.
So that's good to see. I don't know, necessarily attitude-wise, how it's going to work within the team, because Kenny has at times been a bit tilty, and some of the other players can be too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn there, but too bad.
I mean, I tend to agree with you, except I feel like that could actually work in their favor, because they're on a more similar mindset than what Mango would have been. Like, they're going to understand each other a bit better because they're more similar.
Your point is well made there. I do agree with you on that one, man. So, I'm just offering a counterpoint.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to agree with you, Matt. I'm tired of agreeing with you. I've said absolutely too many times in one night.
All right, well, at least you're aware of it, Mike. You got to throw me under the bus every now and again as well. It's important. I like tire treads. All right, so I mean, I'm keen to see, just basically with the conversation, what I'm getting is I'm really keen to see where Goliath are going to progress throughout the rest of 2020, and how we're going to be seeing this matchup of GG versus ATK, impacted and changed with this personnel change. If we're going to be seeing a change in the tide, one thing you can bet your top dollar on is that Kani's going to be absolutely frothing, chomping at the bit to have his go at ATK. He's not afraid of anybody in World Counter-Strike, and he's going to play exactly the same regardless of who the opposition are. And I feel like that could be an important addition to GG, just to be a bit of a breath of fresh air, if you want. Somebody who hasn't lost to them 5 times in a row and isn't at all afraid of them or have any negative connotations towards them, in the sense of we've really struggled against these guys lately.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. It's important, as we've always seen with Counter-Strike sides, after a few months, if things aren't, kicking on to titles and winning things, generally you're going to have to make a roster change to actually, get your team a little bit further along. And
yeah, exactly.
Probably a good time to do it. Let's see how it works out. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think they're going to be able to challenge ATK for the top spot. Maybe they'll challenge them a little bit more consistently, but I still feel like ATK is just looking so hot right now. Almost, to me, sort of feels like you need to see like an amalgamation of 2 teams or something to take these guys on.
Yeah, the synergy is on another level right now for ATK. So, guys, before we transform this into a podcast, which is very likely going to be the case if we don't put a stop to it, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It was great to see the turnout that we did see for this grand final. Thanks for joining us for the game and joining some local CS. Yeah, I mean, that's $1,500 now in the pocket for ATK, $750 for Goliath's efforts. I mean, not bad for winning 7 rounds in a best of 3.
Yeah, not bad. I take it.
I mean, it's over $100 per round, Mike.
If they don't want it, I'll take it.
Oh, geez, jokes aside, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me tonight, joining myself and Extremes. You can follow me on social media at Hayes Castings. You can follow him at Extremes. And make sure you join us for our next broadcast, guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.